Eddie Stobart's 2,000 trucks travel nearly 200 million miles a year, making deliveries every 5 seconds. They've taken on all types of challenges.
Yes, the juice is flowing. The pressure, put the pressure on. Get at it.
Having conquered the roads, their ambitions are now sky high for newly acquired London Southend Airport. And it's high speed ahead for their rail division.
Our plan is to be the #1 domestic rail operator in the UK.
But it's their 4,000 truckers who are the workhorses that keep the wheels of business turning.
It's a high-pressure industry, haulage.
Yeah, go, go, go. Deliveries have to be made.
Every minute counts.
And if anyone can do it,
Rocking and rolling, huh? No smiling.
the truckers can.
Why would you want to drive for anyone else?
Coming up, tramper Mark Dixon has the drop-off from hell.
That's it. Abandon it.
Elliot Garner takes on a dreaded Red Run delivery.
Oh, more paint.
And a Stobart spotter's dream comes true.
Best day of my life.
Carbon in tinker.
Stobart is always looking for new ways to compete in the deliveries market. In 2006, they ventured into rail freight. This canny move meant certain deliveries, particularly long-distance, high-volume loads, could now be made by a combination of road and rail. And loads don't come much higher volume than the annual export of almost 200 million litres of Scotland's most famous fizzy drink.
Nothing's going to stop the Irn-Bru. The brew must get through.
Today, Stobart are charged with getting over 50,000 bottles of the soft drink south of the border. It's a 350-mile journey that will involve both road and rail. Part of the consignment will be in the hands of 46-year-old tramper Andy Oakley, a man who loves life on the open road.
Best bit of driving's freedom, innit? Your own boss. See different things every day. Here, there and everywhere, as they say.
Andy's just arrived at the AG Bar factory in Cumbernauld near Glasgow to pick up 22 pallets of pop.
You bring us beans up here and we send you Irn-Bru back again.
Only 2 people in the world know the drink's exact recipe. And every month, its 32 ingredients are mixed here in secret.
John, that's me just releasing the 12 o'clock Stobart load.
Andy's trailer is a curtain-sided rail container. Its special design means it can be lifted and loaded directly onto a train.
When you go to the rail port, you take the twist locks out front and back, and then it's lifted either end from the top, and they just lift it straight off. That'll do me on a Sunday morning for a hangover, a full load. I think that's us, innit? That's 22 pallets, so that's us.
Andy's trailer now weighs 22 tonnes, which is standard for a full load. But just as he starts pulling it out of the depot, he gets momentarily distracted.
Here, ladies, nice bumper. It makes me laugh like.
Andy and his rail container now have a 10-mile journey to a rail freight terminal in Moss End near Motherwell.
It's windy today and all, like, you can feel it. Obviously, the higher the trailer you've got on, the worse the wind catches you, like, but you're not so bad with these, like, Plus, if you're heavy loaded, like, the wind doesn't affect you as much,
It's Andy's lucky day. The weather and the traffic is on his side. 30 minutes later, he arrives.
We're in the railhead, Moss End.
The container's about to be loaded directly onto a freight train.
I think this is the boy here.
So Andy releases the twist locks to free up his freight.
It's him coming over the top.
Now the loader can lock in his pins, lift the container up and carry it over to the waiting train.
Up and off it goes. And that's us. Job done. bye-bye. That's it. The Bru's going to get through. So it will.
Andy's job's finished. Soft drinks still have hundreds of miles to go. Andy's container is one of 32 that will leave Moss End just after 6 p.m. and make the 7-hour, 340-mile journey to Stobart's rail terminal at Daventry near Northampton. Stobart Rail Division operates 6 freight trains. Each train is over a quarter of a mile long and can carry over 1,000 tonnes. It would take 32 trucks driving almost 10,000 miles to deliver the same load. This saves time, money and greenhouse gas. 6 days a week, one of these trains does a round trip from Daventry near Northampton to Scotland. It's now 1:30 a.m. at the Stobart Rail Terminal in Daventry, and the train carrying Andy's consignment of Irn-Bru is due in.
Fingers crossed it'll all go nice and steady and we'll get the job done properly.
Eager to start unloading the train is 41-year-old Matt Wordingham.
We got any news on that train yet?
No, at the moment we're still waiting for it to come down.
Still waiting.
Matt's job is to unload and reload the train using a mega machine called the reach stacker. He has only 4 hours to strip the 32 containers and reload it with 32 more before it returns to Scotland. But the train is 40 minutes late.
The train is just coming down past the tunnel.
Understood, mate. On its way in. Cheers.
Throughout the operation, Matt is on a two-way radio with his rail planner, Terry Whitworth. Matt has to tell Terry the weight of every container. All trucks have a weight limit of 44 tonnes. So Terry has to double-check the container's weight before they can leave the depot.
Yeah, halt on 1, 2.
Right. Thank you very much.
Matt will attack the train using his reach stacker. This machine costs £375,000 and weighs in at 83 tonnes. With its 400 horsepower engine, the reach stacker can lift up to 45 tonnes. The driver has to position the machine's arm, then drop the 4 lifting pins into the pockets on each container. The rail container is weighed automatically. Its tonnage appears on the driver's dashboard. Having stripped only 2 containers, planner Terry hits a major problem. He can't hear Matt, and the clock is ticking.
Yeah, 11 ton.
No, I'm sorry, that message is broken up. Can you repeat that, please? Oh, come on.
With more than 60 containers still to lift, there's now only 2.5 hours left to get the job done before the train must leave.
The last thing I got was, it's something 9.
9.
And to make matters worse, if the train's late, Stobart will lose big bucks.
If the train was late departing from the terminal, we run the risk of incurring penalties of anything up to £30,000 to £50,000. I would not be happy if somebody said to me I owed somebody 30 grand.
Coming up, it's a race against the clock for Matt and Terry.
Sorry about that, the radio's cut out again.
And one Stobart driver swaps his green truck for a girly pink one.
I take a bit of flack off other drivers, but it's unique, innit?
Eddie Stobart's 2,000 trucks are renowned for the company's iconic green and red livery. But occasionally they need a special truck for a special service. At 21 years old, Adam Clark is one of Stobart's youngest truckers.
I actually learned how to drive a truck before I'd actually ever driven a car.
But it's not Adam's age that catches everyone's eye when he's on the road.
I take a bit of flack off other drivers because I've got a big, I've got about a 5-6 foot pink horse on me curtain cider.
Instead of pulling a traditional green trailer, the boss, William Stobart, has agreed to have Adam's truck covered in a client's giant logo.
Delivery on the new vehicle is obviously, it's the main brand is a big pink horse, and so I feel a bit sorry for the driver. I wouldn't like to drive a truck with a pink horse on the side.
But Adam's more than man enough for the job.
No, my truck's definitely manly, just a 6-foot giant pink horse.
Along with his 6-foot horse, Adam's truck carries another feature that makes him unique in the Stobart fleet.
It's got a forklift on the back. They're known in the industry as pigs because it's piggyback on the back of a truck.
A pig is a handy way to tip your load, as it can get to locations inaccessible to other trucks. Today, Adam is at A.W. Jenkinson's in Penrith, where he's being loaded with 672 bales of horse bedding.
That's us, ready to rock and roll.
From Penrith in Cumbria, he'll be delivering 16 pallets to 2 locations in Cheshire. First, it's a 115-mile trip to a farm supply shop in Chelford, near Macclesfield. Then, for his second drop, Adam must travel 11 miles east to a remote farm in Sutton on the edge of the Peak District.
We're looking at about around the 2-hour mark to our first drop down in Cheshire.
Adam's all too aware that having a forklift attached to the back of his truck brings its own driving challenges.
If you've got 3 tons swinging around on the back end of the trailer, it can cause almost like a snaking effect. When you look in your mirrors, you can just see you look like you're doing an impression of a snake.
Wearing a horse, carrying a pig, the last thing Adam wants to do is start acting like a snake. He needs to put his foot down to get to Cheshire if he's going to make his delivery on time. And Adam's planner wants to know how many miles he's covered so far.
Right, let's grab this. Hello?
Hiya, it's Susie.
How are you doing?
Just calling for an update because I've had Chelford Farm Supplies on the phone just asking where their deliveries are.
I'll give you a rough ETA of about 1 hour and 45 minutes. So
okay, that's great. Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
It must be after the shavings because they're chasing up to see where we're at. So we'll get cracking on, I think.
The roads are clear and Adam gallops down the M6. 2 hours later, he reaches his destination.
This is us arriving at Chelford now.
It turns out this first drop's not going to be as simple as Adam thought. There's been a change of plan. The store owner wants Adam to do an extra delivery to their storage yard.
We'll load 3 onto this lorry because they're waiting to go straight out to a customer, and then the rest can go down to our store in roadside farm.
Yeah.
Adam is unexpectedly now being sent to roadside farm. It's only a 1-mile trip, but if Adam goes the wrong way down a country lane, it could easily mean an extra half hour to get back on track. So he hunts down someone who can point him in the right direction.
Go to the roundabout, turn in left.
Yeah.
It's these are big warnings for low bridge.
Yeah.
Okay, so give it wide turning into the gate.
Yeah, spot on.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much for that. We'll see you again. Cheers, bye.
It was good advice. Adam tracks down roadside farm.
This is us just coming up on the right now.
All he has to do now is reverse his 40-ton truck with a 3-ton forklift pig saddled on the back through a narrow gate. But the angles are all wrong. The young trucker is forced to give it another go.
I just need all my mirrors at this point because we're just pulling back out onto the main road here now.
Second time round, he gets through with inches to spare.
That was a little bit more of a challenge, but still, it's in. There's no damage. It's the main thing.
Find out later if Adam and his forklift pig make it through the day in one piece. Eddie Stobart transports over 100 million cans and bottles of Irn-Bru every year by road and rail. At the Stobart railhead in Daventry near Northampton, a train carrying a container of the fizzy drink has arrived 40 minutes late. Reach stacker Matt is charged with stripping and reloading the train, but was hit with a major problem.
No, I'm sorry, that message is broken up. Can you repeat that, please?
Matt's two-way radio link to Terry has gone kaput.
We really need them to get the weights of the loads, because otherwise it could cause major problems.
All trucks have a weight limit of 44 tonnes. Matt has to tell Terry how heavy each container is before they can be loaded onto the waiting trucks. With no radio, the operation grinds to a halt.
Okay, hopefully someone can hear me. Box 280 is 19 tonne.
Sorry about that, the radio's cut out again. The last thing I got was something 9.
It's 3 a.m. and Matt's still got 30 containers to unload and 30 more to reload.
I'll try again just to make sure. Hello, Matt. We're not getting any messages through so far. The last message we received was box 68-1 weighing 19 tonne. No, we're not getting anything. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to leave the office.
Matt's in a race against the clock. Any delays to the departure of the train will mean Stobart Rail could face a fine of up to 50 grand. But old stalwart John Laudins has got a high-tech solution to the problem. The on-off switch.
Just trying to turn the radio back on to see if it'll retune itself.
No, I'm on 74.2.
Hello Matt, just to check this is working okay, can you hear us?
Sorted.
Right, box number 260 is 12 tonnes, that's 1, 2.
Right, thank you.
Having re-established radio contact, Matt has only 2 hours left to finish the train.
Right, box 845 is 20 tonne, 20.
Thank you very much.
6102 is 9 tonne. Right, box ending 0207 is 30 tonne, 30.
Pushing his 400 horsepower engine to the limit, success. With radio contact restored, Matt strips the train in record time.
There we go, that train is complete, so we just need to get the loaded time and then the time it departs.
With every weight now checked and approved and fines avoided, the train for Scotland departs on time. So Matt and Terry can head off to bed happy. But there's no stopping for the soft drinks. They now have to be ferried off to 32 locations around the country. We'll be following them into central Birmingham. It's one of the toughest drops. And it's down to Mark Dixon to make sure the brew really does get through.
I've been at Stobart coming up 5 years now. You name it, we carry it, I deliver it.
Mark's usually a happy-go-lucky sort of chappie.
Well, I went on the sunbed on Sunday and I burnt my ass and now it's peeling.
But it's his first shift of the week, and he's more like Mr. Grumpy.
It's 6:30, coffee, 1 sugar time. No, I don't do Monday mornings. I'm always grumpy on a Monday morning.
Mark's been given the task of delivering the load of soft drink that came in by train from Scotland. It's a city centre multi-drop that does not improve his mood.
That one there, East End at Birmingham. I normally refuse to do that. I've got my eye.
Truckers like Mark usually deliver to out-of-town industrial estates. But today he'll have to offload in a residential street.
Yeah.
On board Mark's trailer are 14.5 tonnes of Scottish soft drink.
I like Irn-Bru. Don't mind a bit of brew. Let's go to Birmingham.
Today, Mark has 3 deliveries in and around Birmingham. From Crick, he's heading 50 miles west along the M6 for his first drop in Willenhall, 15 miles north of the city. Then it's back through Birmingham city centre to reach a cash and carry in its East End. before tipping his final pallet 6 miles away at a warehouse in Whitton. With only 80 minutes to go until his first delivery deadline, Mark's heading towards Spaghetti Junction on the M6.
So this is where we start to find all the traffic going towards Birmingham. Obviously 8:30 on the morning, everyone's going to work. So yeah, they all come and sit in the car park.
This is not just slowing Mark down, it's costing the company money.
I don't like stopping like I'm going to do again now. Because obviously in a truck, stopping and starting, I'm burning no end of fuel.
Mark slowly chugs his way through traffic and begins to pick up speed. Despite everything, the planners have given Mark enough time, and he arrives at his first drop with just minutes to spare. And there's no queue to get on the loading bay.
Oh, yours, mate.
Which, for any trucker, is a good way to start the day.
That's what you want on a Monday morning. Straight in, straight off. Next one's right into Birmingham now, so fun and games.
Coming up, Mark's nightmare comes true.
That's it, abandon it.
There's trouble in store for day driver Elliot Garner.
Pressure's on now, yeah. Fine. Oh, some more paint.
And an Eddie spotter falls in love.
Absolutely stunning. She's the best lorry in the fleet.
"21-year-old trucker Adam Clark is delivering horse bedding. But unlike the other trucks in the Stobart fleet, his truck sports a giant pink horse and has a 3-ton pig. That's a forklift saddled to its rear end to you and I. And it means Adam can tip his pallets in places other trucks just can't reach. After being given an additional drop, he's now got to make his way to his final delivery of the day, a farm deep in the Cheshire countryside.
So we're up to a farm near Macclesfield. No idea where it's at, so we're going to have to stop and have a look at the map. Right, where are we going?
Hoping to avoid any hazardous country lanes, Adam begins to plot his route.
Lowleaf Farm. We're looking like there could be a few little windy roads here and there.
Route sorted, Adam sets off to Lowleaf Farm, 12 miles away. But there's no avoiding the country roads.
I think it's this it's the crossroads we're after.
He now has to negotiate his 58-foot-long truck through a tiny village. And just as he goes to make a tight right turn at the T-junction, Adam discovers a Land Rover blocking his path.
I'm gonna have to go that way, mate. I guess I'm gonna have to go this way. Yeah, I did need to do a right, but unfortunately the traffic won't allow us to do that.
Instead, he's forced to make a left and find somewhere to turn his truck around.
So I'm just going to, with it being a little bit tight, I'm going to reverse into there.
It's a nightmare reverse for the young trucker with barely any room to manoeuvre.
Typical. It's the quietest road in the world, and as soon as you want to do something, they don't want to let you do it.
He keeps his cool and finally manoeuvres his truck so it can head in the right direction.
People that live in country villages don't generally deal with trucks.
And when you're driving a 14-foot tall truck on a country lane, you have to be vigilant.
You can hear leaves catching the headboard of the trailer. Leaves won't do damage, branches will.
But it's not only branches he has to battle.
There's a fair camera in the road. We've got a tractor coming now. So now it's a big tractor.
Adam has no option but to plough on ahead.
You get a few funny looks, obviously, with people thinking, like, what on earth is he doing on this road with this massive truck?
Having negotiated the country lane, low-lying branches and tractors, Adams made it to his final drop, Lowley Farm. But he's not out of the woods yet.
And this is our lady here. So we'll just pull up here and see what we look like.
Adams' 40-ton truck can't go any further, so it's time to call in the pig.
Will your stacker truck take it to the bottom of the drive for me?
Yeah.
Adams' pig lives in its own special cradle attached to the back of his trailer. Weighing in at 3 tons, this 3-wheel drive forklift can unload a trailer and deliver pallets to places where other trucks just cannot reach. Costing £15,000, it can carry a maximum of 2 tons. The trailer also has a balancing plate that acts as a counterweight to stop it tipping forward when the forklift is taken off. It's time to go off-road. But can this little baby handle the farm's driveway? Adam's got to take his bales of horse bedding down the steep track.
It's a very bumpy drive. It's not your normal tarmac road.
Reversing the forklift down the narrow track is no easy task, and Adam's got to do it twice. The pig brings home the bacon.
He's done really well with his forklift and helped me tremendously, so I can't thank him enough.
This tip was definitely the most challenging of the day, but job done.
Bedding delivered, it's back to base for Adam.
Yeah, it's been a good day. Any day without damage is a good day. That's what you're going to remember. And then you get countryside like this. It's beautiful.
60 miles south in Birmingham, Mark Dixon is delivering a load of soft drinks to 3 sites around the city. The consignment left Scotland on a 350-mile journey south, using Stobart's road and rail network. The first drop was completed successfully. Now Mark has 15 miles to go to reach his second drop. Access is a nightmare, and he's dreading it.
Yeah, this next delivery, with it being on a housing estate, you kind of want to get there and no one else be there. So you just get on with the job, get it tipped and get out of there. It's not the best of places at all.
Mark's now slap bang in the city centre and miles out of his comfort zone.
So you start going all the little streets now, all of a sudden the big roads disappear and you start going on little roads. Just fingers crossed nobody's there when I get there.
But luck's not on Mark's side.
There's the other lorry is already up there, so it now makes parking very, very limited.
Another Stobart trucker has beaten Mark to it, and this presents a serious problem.
As you can see, he's in the middle of the street being tipped, which therefore means there's absolutely nowhere for me to park.
Mark's left with no other option but to sit it out.
Nothing you can do apart from sit and wait, so I answer all my messages on my phone and go on Twitter.
There's no work to do. But Mark's kept busy with over 1,000 Twitter followers. With all of his TV work, Mark has become something of a celebrity.
No, I never tweet where I am. I tweet where I'm. I'll tweet I'm in Birmingham, but I'll never tweet where I am. Because 1, they'd turn up, and 2, it's kind of like safety, isn't it, really?
After a 40-minute delay, it's eventually Mark's turn to tip. There's no loading bay at this location, so he has to double park his truck in the middle of the street.
That's it, abandon it. Stupidness, but there we go, what can you do?
This is Mark's nightmare. The delivery point is on a hill. There's cars everywhere. And because of the severe slope in the road, if the forklift driver takes the pallets off in the wrong order, it could make Mark's trailer unstable.
Leave him to it, keep out of the way. I'll get run over or something.
House-proud Mark also has another worry. His precious wheels.
Watch my trends. Basically these here, the fork trucks can hit them if they're not careful.
The forklift can't reach all the pallets from this side of the trailer. So Mark now has to reposition his truck on the other side of the street.
Yeah, the only way you can get to tip this side, obviously, is get on this side of the road. Same again, just let him get on with it.
While the forklift driver gets to work unloading, Mark has time for a brew of his own.
Like the M25, only with fork trucks.
Second drop successfully completed, but Mark can't hit the road. He spots a problem.
Yeah. Basically, you got a pallet on top of a pallet, and it's not the best at all, really. So I just strap it as best I can. Look at how much tighter than that. If it falls over now, then I've done what I can do with it. We're done. Ding dang do.
Mark's final drop of the day is a 6-mile drive through Birmingham city centre. En route, something racy catches his eye.
I bet it goes like Sting, that. I bet it drinks fuel though, doesn't it?
£20.51.
Jamie can't drive it. How on earth do you afford a car like that?
Only in your dreams, Mark. Only in your dreams. Back on the job, he easily finds his drop-off point on a truck-friendly industrial estate. After a 420-mile trip by road and rail, will Mark's final pallets of soft drink have survived the journey?
What do you reckon? Still standing? Look at that. Hey.
Mission accomplished.
Quite proud I didn't fall over. Job's a good one. That's all, folks.
As Mark finishes his nightmare drop, 112 miles away, another trucker is beginning his. Day driver Elliot Garner's been a Stobart trucker for just over a year now.
It's always a challenge. You never know what you're doing, so it's always fresh, always new.
He's used to finding himself in tight spots, so he's hoping for an easy run today. Unfortunately, his planner Sean has given him just the opposite.
This morning, Elliot's got our Hatfield run. He's got to miss 2 walls, he's got to miss the bank, he's got to miss a few cars, and then he's just got to actually get it round to the back door area, so he's going to hate it.
What we got?
Unfortunately, mate, you've been stuck down for the Hatfield today.
Right. A red one.
It's a red one. Hatfield, you've been here before?
No.
Just careful you don't knock them walls down.
Yes.
OK?
I watch what I'm doing.
Elliot has been given a diagram to help him with this dreaded red run. A red is a delivery with an extremely high degree of difficulty.
All right,
good luck and enjoy.
Right, thanks a lot.
So Stobart do what they can to help. But ultimately, it's all down to the driver.
Right, got a proper one again today. Another red one. I always seem to drop for these. Apparently it's quite difficult. A few drivers have refused it and come back with a load. So let's hope I can pull this one off this time. Prove him wrong. Prove I can do it. That's it, we're good to go. We'll find trailer.
Fearing a long day ahead, Elliot is eager to pick up his trailer and make tracks. To make Elliot's life easier, the trailer he's expecting has a rear-wheel steering system.
Have a look at it.
This enables drivers to make tighter turns round corners and has more precise manoeuvrability.
Well, this one's supposed to be a rear steer, 613377. Right trailer. But this is definitely not rear steer. He stressed it needs to be. The trailer we've been allocated is not a rear steer.
That's right, it's not a rear steer.
It's not a rear steer. The one next to it is, but that's not the trailer number we've got.
You'll be all right, I have full confidence in you.
Good.
Now back away slowly now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, all the rear steer trailers are booked on other jobs. So without it, Elliot's tough job just got tougher.
I was looking forward to rear steer when it's tight like this. You know it's going to help you out. But we'll just have to do it. Might have to do a few shunts in and out, but we'll do it. We'll get it in.
To complete the dreaded red run from Goole, Elliot's first got to head towards the M18 and travel 15 miles south before he reaches Hatfield near Doncaster. When it comes to trucking, eager Elliot's on a mission to prove he's the cream of the crop.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Been warned it's a bit tight. Some drivers refused it. Come away, said it can't be done, but it can be done because other drivers have done it. So this perks it up a nice red one. Gets your adrenaline going a bit. Here we are, Hatfield 1. Let's give this a go, see what happens now. Apparently, just round here, and we're on it. Initial thoughts are this is looking tight.
With his pride and reputation on the line, Elliot's delighted that someone's willing to offer a helping hand.
Are you all right?
2 supermarket stewards are there to guide him in.
When you pull forward, if you want to pull into that front road there, pull into there, yeah. There'll be one of us at back, one of us at front, and we'll guide you. Yeah, you need to be as near to building without hitting it,
right?
Preferably.
As the pressure builds, Elliot's realised this delivery is red for a reason. Traffic is now building up as he blocks the road.
Got them stacking up both sides of us.
He's lining himself up for the tightest blindside reverse he's ever attempted. As he turns the corner, Elliot's got a matter of inches either side. But as he turns, that reduces to the width of a matchbox, and he has no rear steer to help him.
This is really tight. We're literally inches off this building here.
The tiniest of mistakes could now mean hitting the building, causing thousands of pounds worth of structural damage.
Pressure's on now, yeah. What they're telling me is keep it in a straight line. Oh, some more paint.
Elliot has to guide his 40-ton truck down the narrowest of alleyways, but refuses to be defeated.
Certainly won't do this without these 2 lasses here helping me, that is for sure. It's a total blindside reverse round a 90-degree bend with a building smack on corner. And they really are spot on with the hand signals. You couldn't wish for a better couple to guide you in. We're good, we've done it. We're in. Was that all right, Emma?
Thanks to top-class driving and expert assistance, Elliot has proved himself to be one of the few elite drivers who've successfully completed this drop. With his cargo unloaded, ever the gent, Elliot salutes his helpers.
I hope I don't see you again. No. No, perfect, that, lovely. Thanks a lot. See you again. Cheers then, bye. Right, that's it now, we're back to depot. Drop trailer off, book out, start again tomorrow, see what that throws at me.
Coming up, a Stobart fan's in 7th heaven when she spots the truck of her dreams.
I think I've gone past the stage of butterflies. I think I've got flying elephants at the moment.
Stobart's trucks are not only distinctive for their green and red livery, each one is also named after a girl. For over 20,000 spotters, the ultimate accolade is to have a truck in their name. But there's a 2-year waiting list. One lucky competition winner has avoided the queue and chosen a very special name. Stobart fan and Royal British Legion volunteer Carol Ann has decided to name the truck in honour of the Legion's 90th birthday.
So it's got the 9 and 0, but the 0's like a poppy.
The truck's name is Poppy 90. And she's about to make her debut at a charity open day.
We've been working round the clock to get Poppy 90 ready for the presentation on Sunday. But it's really worthwhile because it's fetching 2 great organisations together.
You're not filming my bum, I hope.
As a surprise for Carol, Williams arranged for Poppy 90 to be delivered at 5 o'clock today by one of Carol's favourite drivers, Matt Eakins.
So it's a little bit 100 mile an hour at the moment, but we're getting there. So I'm here to pick up the vehicle, just make sure everything's all right.
Matt has been trucking for over a decade now, but before joining Stobart, he served in the army for 6 years.
Looking forward to it. Hopefully, I'm hoping to see one or two veterans, to be honest with you, so have a little chat with them, been ex-forces myself, so it should be interesting. You got that on camera, ain't you? Yay!
From the Widnes depot, Matt has a 120-mile journey to Chesterfield. With a top speed of 56 miles an hour, he only has 3 hours to get there. He's hoping he won't hit any delays, or there'll be a lot of disappointed fans.
As soon as this goes in, it's going to be all eyes on. So, yeah, I think there's going to be a few excited people around, you know. The spotter base is absolutely massive now. So, you know, a new wagon comes out, they want to see it straight away.
With the extra special wagon on its way. At the charity day in Chesterfield, Stobart have already laid on 12 other trucks for the spotters to see. But today's show hasn't just attracted an older crowd.
And look what this little man's wearing. His steady Eddie bib.
The event organiser, Richard, knows the presentation of Poppy 90 will be a proud moment for the war veterans attending the event today.
It will be escorted in by the Royal British Legion Standards Bearer. The significance of it just can't be overstated. It is a symbol of the work that the Royal British Legion do, and it's a symbol of the sacrifice that the armed forces have made.
But the identity of the driver is still a mystery to Carol Ann.
Nobody's telling me anything. I think I've gone past the stage of butterflies. I think I've got flying elephants at the moment. Can't wait.
If Carol Ann can manage not to burst first, her dreams are about to come true. Matt's beaten the traffic jams and made it to a secret location nearby. But his job's not over yet. He now has only 20 minutes to dress the wagon in bunting and balloons.
Getting like Eddie, that's what's going on.
Only fitting for a special girl on her debut appearance. But his decorating skills leave a lot to be desired.
Oh, you flipping...
Please make your way to the trucks so we can welcome Poppy 90.
Would you like to come through? Hands out your pockets.
With the truck dressed to impress and a few seconds to spare, Matt has time for one final adjustment.
How's my hair? Sorted.
Here she comes, Poppy 90.
The lucky spotters in the crowd can now add another truck onto their list.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of hundred people here. It's a little bit nuts, isn't it?
But this girl means far more than that to the war veterans and members of the Royal Legion gathered here today.
She's gorgeous, isn't she?
And it doesn't take long before Carol spots who's behind the wheel.
You see who it is?
It's Matt Eakin. I was watching him this morning in bed.
We don't want to know that!
Gentlemen, Samuel.
Let's join the fun, shall we?
Hiya.
How are you, darling? You all right? Lovely to meet you. Mwah.
We are absolutely delighted and proud today to present Poppy 90. Go on, get your arm round me.
Come on in, Tinker.
Can't stop smiling. I think this smile is now permanently fixed to this face.
I would love to be behind the wheel in one of them.
Oh, it's been good. A little bit under pressure earlier on. You know, getting here on time and everything else, but no, it's good. It's worked out just right. So, yeah, I'm happy. I've got a little grin on my face, so yeah, not too bad at all.
She's the best lorry in the fleet. Just blown away. Just blown away. Best day of my life.
Next time on Eddie Stobart Trucks and Trailers. Driver Eddie Murphy's at rock bottom down at the docks.
I've got 2.5 hours to get there, and I don't know if I'm going to make it in time. I'll get it signed.
Chilled driver Fiona Solchak has the drop from hell.
Not picking up reverse. Wheel spinning all over the place.
And the ground crew at Stobart's London Southend Airport hit the skids.
We had a bit of an accident with the toilet service.